Yo, what is going on, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to a brand new Locals feature match. We are in round 4 from June 24th Locals. We've got Kashtira, the same Kashtira deck we had on in the previous round, going off against the Vanquish Soul deck. And, yeah, pretty unfortunate opening there for Cash. Yeah, pretty unfortunate. They actually just go first and end up having to pass because I assume they've opened up unplayable. Really unfortunate. So they're just going to pass over to Vanquish Soul. They're going to normal summon the Soul Panthera and then use the Heavy Borger to go ahead and bounce the Panthera back. Special summon itself, link off into the Rock of the Vanquisher, and then activate Therion King Regulus, targeting the Heavy Borger since it is a machine in the graveyard. That's Starlight Regulus. I gotta say, Regulus is definitely one of my favorite cards. I don't know why, just the artwork is nice, and yeah, 2800 Omni Negate, level 8, pretty cool. And it looks like they might have chained Rock of the Vanquisher to add back the Borger, so they can still summon the Regulus and get the Borger back to him, but they chained Imperm. At least I think that's how that played out there. And they're just going to go ahead and pass. They're going to start by summoning out the Scareclaw Kashtira by banishing Theosis, and then normal summoning Ash to make Baron. Battle phase, we're attacking over the Baron over the Regulus with the Baron, taking 200, and I imagine they'll probably just go ahead and pop the Rock of the Vanquisher, and they do not do that. I think that is definitely a big misplay. I don't see why you wouldn't do that. I mean, they guess they have Bell to stop them from adding back Borger, but still, if they have like something from hand to special summon out, then it's just like, yeah, I don't know what world you don't just pop the Rock of the Vanquisher. I don't know. But either way, they're going to follow up with Triple Tactics Talent, and they're going to negate, and then they're going to normal summon out the Soul Panthera. And looks like they have Pankratops, Nibiru, and one other card in hand. I can't necessarily tell what it is from that angle. I was going to say, I mean, it looks like Raisin, but I was like, there's no way it's Raisin because they would have 100% normal summoned that. At least I feel like that makes sense. Now, the Baron is definitely a big threat here, mainly because, obviously, its negate has been exhausted, but it can bring back... Oh, it's another Heavy Borger in hand, okay. Yeah, so they're going to use Heavy Borger, bounce back Panthera. And, yeah, Baron, they're not able to get over the Baron right now. Obviously, it's sitting at 3,000. You know, Heavy Borger only has 2,500 attack, which is a bit unfortunate, since it's going to be able to revive a Kashtira monster next turn, which could make a Theosis live. They could also just make another Baron by normal summoning a hand trap, and, yeah, they cannot use the Rock of the Vanquisher as link material. I think that's why they ended up rewinding the game state there, so they cannot go for Cerberus, so they are just going to go ahead and have to pass turn. And standby phase, it looks like we will see them use Baron's tag out effect to go ahead and bring back the Scareclaw Kashtira, and they do have the Theosis. And in response to Theosis, they are going to chain the Rock of the Vanquisher to add back another Heavy Borger. So now they can at least like get access to a draw, but it will come at the cost of them losing something in the extra deck to the Unicorn, as they go ahead and reveal the Heavy Borger draw card. And yeah, they're like, let me see that extra. We're going to take a card out of here. And it looks like they're going to get rid of Chaos Angel, a card I don't think I've ever seen be played in a Vanquish Soul deck. I don't know if that's just in there as like, you know, it's a scary card. I want to get rid of it. I don't know how he can summon it, but in case he can summon it, I don't want him to be able to summon it. I don't know. I guess maybe with Borger and normal summon hand trap, because I know Borger is a level 7. I don't know, somebody I guess who's a Vanquish Soul veteran in the comments can inform me how the deck summons Chaos Angel. Either way, they're going to go ahead and link, or Ixies rather, into the Dark Arm Dragon of Annihilation, and now they are deciding to pop the, well, I guess they're just going to pop the Heavy Borger, and now they're going to go ahead and pop the Dark Armed, and then that's going to, or pop the Rock with the Dark Armed, and then they're going to be able to use the Theosis that was banished because of the Dark Arm to go ahead and banish Theosis, add back a Unicorn, activate Birth, and then normal summon the Unicorn. And that was 1, 2, 3, 4 summons. So the Nibiru sitting under Vanquish Soul player's hand right now is still continuing to be useless. And now their Pankratops is live, though. Pankratops can, I guess you could go battle phase, run over the Unicorn, and then just hold the Pank for the birth next turn. Now they do have Curry Carr in hand, though. I think that, I'm not sure if that was the draw this turn, or if that was the draw they got off of the Heavy Borger. Then the last turn, we still know, of course, they have the Soul Panther in hand, and they still have a Heavy Borger in hand. So they're going to normal Soul Panthera, link into the Rock of the Vanquisher, and then they're going to use Rock of the Vanquisher effect here to try to add back or summon. And I'm sure they're doing this right now just to go ahead and bait out the Unicorn effect so they can use the Curry Carr, and that's exactly what ends up happening here. Curry Carr is yeah, pretty good card, especially in a deck like Vanquish Soul. It has extra value being a fire monster. You know, you can reveal it for Borger and Caesar Valius, etc., etc. And they're going to special summon it, tributing over the Unicorn, and now is at 3k. So they can go battle phase, attack over the Dark Arm Dragon of Annihilation, and then attack in with the Pank. So now they have an answer for the birth next turn, which is going to be for the with the Pankratops, and they're going to be able to special summon back off of the Curry Carr during the end phase, because it also does that too. Pretty strong card. Yeah, so they'll proceed to the end phase, and I imagine they're just going to take out the Unicorn out of the graveyard, because now they can't summon it off of birth, and yeah, just having access to Unicorn is pretty good. Free extra deck rips is free extra deck rips, and that will signal the end of game 1. We are into game 2, and yeah, to start things off here, we are going to see the Vanquish Soul deck be made to go first. Also, shout out to Imperium Duelist. Check them out, the link below, and my discount code, etc., etc. They are going to be made to go first, which is interesting. You'd expect the Vanquish Soul deck to want to go second, but maybe they knew they were going to decide to go second, because, you know, they're thinking, you know, there's no way I get to made to go first here in game 2. So playing a little bit of mind games, you know, they're going to decide to go second. The Vanquish Soul deck's going to decide to go second. So now that all their going second cards are board breakers and stuff like that, aren't going to be so so well in the opening hand here going first. But they're going to start with Fenrir. Activate Fenrir to search. Playing pretty heavily into the Droll, but not getting punished here. They're going to activate Stake Your Soul, revealing an Ash Blossom. Would have gotten them access to Raisin, one of the best starters in the deck, but unfortunately that gets shut down by Ash, and they are going to have to pass turn at that point. With just a Fenrir on board, I mean, it's better than nothing, but it's probably not going to be enough. And they are going to go ahead and start by activating the Pressured Planet Raitsoth. And it looks like I don't know, they're just doing a little bit of math there right off the rip. They can possibly go for game with the hand that they have currently available to them. They know there is an Ash in the opponent's hand right now, so that means one search at least is probably not going to go through. I'm kind of shocked that the Ash wasn't used already on Pressured Planet, as that is a pretty popular point to go out and Ash. But, I mean, because they did reveal Ash. Pretty sure they revealed Ash off Stake Your Soul, so I don't know. But they are going to use Unicorn, and Unicorn will get hit with the Fenrir, banishing it face down as they go ahead and search out for Theosis. Not putting that in the graveyard. That doesn't go there yet. They haven't used it yet. And they've already got Fenrir in hand. So now they're going to go ahead and special summon Fenrir, and now they pretty much don't have any interruption. I mean, they still have that Ash in hand, which they're just neglecting to use. Not entirely sure why. I mean, if they have another Stake Your Soul in hand, maybe it's because they want to have a fighter target in hand. I guess that's wishful thinking. They're probably just going to get gamed here as they normal summon out Ogre with the help of Birth, and then special summon out Kashtira Riseheart. And they are going to activate that Theosis now. Obviously, that was search earlier off of the Unicorn. And, I mean, yeah, if they're not going to Ash here, I mean, I feel like at this point it doesn't matter, because now, even if they do Ash, I mean, obviously the Fenrir is going to activate on a new chain, banishing their Fenrir face down, and now Riseheart can just get another name out of the deck, and the Birth can bring that back, since I don't believe they've used the special summon effect off of Birth, so they're going to banish Scareclaw, Kashtira, and yeah, that is just going to be the end of game 2, as they just basically get OTK'd there with a bunch of Kashtira bodies, and we are into a game 3 situation. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like Ashing Planet is like high risk, high reward, and at any other point beyond that, I feel like anytime you Ash is just like really lackluster. I mean, if they have a bunch of extenders in hand already, they have a bunch of extenders, right? So it doesn't really matter. So we're going to see Kashtira go first. They are made to go first, and I assume they were maybe picking up on the tactic that their opponent tried on the previous turn. Maybe at this point, yeah, they do have Dark Ruler no more in their opening hand, so they were definitely siding to go second. And the opponent kind of picked up on that, and they're like, you know what? You can go first this game, as they were probably definitely expecting to be made to go second, especially with that what happened after last game. So some mind games going on here. So they're going to Special Summon Fenrir, and then they're going to go ahead and Special Summon Rise Heart, activate Rise Heart effect. The opponent will banish, of course, the top 3 cards off the deck face down. And didn't get a good enough look there at what cards were banished face down. Don't know if there's really any important one-ofs in the Vanquish Soul deck. I know the Dust Devil can be a one-of, but may or may not even be in the deck here going second. Well, yeah, going second. So now we're going to see them banish the Ogre. And then we're going to see a normal summon of Unicorn, tributing over both Rise Heart and Fenrir. And then getting Birth and activating Birth to bring back Fenrir. Setting a card. And passing turn. Now, we did see this Cash player get hit with Dark Ruler Duster the last time they were on in Game 3. And now they're getting hit with Evenly Matched. The board breakers are just non-stop. And the Evenly is definitely going to hurt quite a bit here. I mean, you keep the Birth for a really good follow-up. Or you keep the Unicorn and hope it's a good enough interruption and a good enough extender if it sticks. They do have Ash and Nibiru in hand, so even if they did have a really crazy play, they were definitely getting punished with Nibiru there for sure. And they do have that Pankratops again. Very, very clutch card to have here. They're just going to go and activate Pank to destroy it. They don't have their battle phase, obviously. They just use Evenly, so they're going to set one and pass. Cash drawing and passing back to our Vanquish Soul player. They're going to draw and activate Stake Your Soul, revealing the Ash Blossom. So a little bit more hand knowledge there for our Cash player. They're going to summon out the Soul Raisin. Soul Raisin effect is going to go ahead and search out Heavy Borger. And things not looking too good here for our Cash Hero player. Things have shifted very, very quickly after that Evenly Pank. They had Evenly Pank, Nib, and Ash. I mean, they were really, really strapped. And I mean, our Cash Hero player still does have Dark Ruler No More in hand, which is definitely really, really good against the Vanquish deck, mainly because you just get to turn off the Link. That's probably the most important thing, is shutting the Link off. That is a big extender to have for them, getting them resources out of grave, getting them additional bodies onto the field, and especially if it means they can resolve Raisin on your turn, that's really, really good. They can get access to Caesar and get access to Heavy Borger, and then all of a sudden you're dealing with what doesn't seem like a lot of interaction suddenly is becoming a lot of interaction. So now they're going to use the Rock of the Vanquisher to go ahead and summon Caesar Valius. They do have Continue set, so Continue can add back anything they need from the grave, like that Raisin, but they are just going to go battle phase, swinging for 3,000, and they're probably just going to sit on that. I mean, you have Caesar Valius, they have Borger and Ash in hand. I believe that's Borger and Ash. And then they're going to use the Borger in battle phase here, swing in by bouncing back the Caesar Valius for another 25, dropping them down to just 25. And they could use Borger effect here to burn, but they don't have an Earth in hand. I don't think they have access to an Earth anywhere at this point. No Bell, and I think Bell's and Soul Panther, and I guess Caesar Valius is an Earth. Actually, no, they could Borger for burn. They do have Ash and Valius, but they don't have Ash anymore. And now they are deciding to Ash Planet, I guess, which makes more sense now that they're on lower cards left in hand. So they're just gonna, after their planet gets ashed, set one and attempt to pass turn, where I think it looks like they're gonna use the still in main phase, use the effect of Rock to go ahead and add back the Raisin, so they get that fire back to hand, and then they're going to use the effect of Borger to reveal both Caesar Valius and Raisin, and I mean, they don't even really have to do anything else here. They can just use Borger effect, reveal Raisin, reveal Caesar, and that burns for 1,500, and that is game. So yeah. But we're normal summoning Raisin. I have to be missing something. Yeah, okay. They have double Bell Dark Ruler, so yeah, it didn't matter anyways. The Dark Ruler didn't matter because they didn't have any ways, but you should just use Borger there to burn. I don't know. You ain't gotta flex on your opponent like that. ain't got to make things more difficult than they need to be. But yeah, that is going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Last but not least, a huge shout out goes to our current Divine Level channel members who are Misfit, H8 Cyber, Cadillacs, Pony Stark, and Green. Thank you guys so much, as always, for your very kind and extremely generous support of the channel.